Colonel Vatsily Yano. I begin my story with his name because he has been the focus of my life for the past 7 years. 7 years searching the galaxy for the slaver who killed my parents and sold me to the highest bidder. Every day I scour the news feeds, bounty boards, searching for any trace of the infamous colonel, but luck hasn't found me yet. Over the course of my search, I've become a bounty hunter, utilizing a fully equipped Viper to eliminate my enemies one by one. Bounty hunting has been my main source of income in the search, and let me tell you, business has been good. I've specifically searched out bounty targets having anything to do with the slave trade, and mercilessly hunted them down.
Flight assist off. Flight assist on.
Each target I killed brought me closer to finding Yano.
Flight assist on.
During my journey, I've allied myself with different organizations when proven advantageous, playing wingman to security vessels and corporate security alike. After all, my target was worth it.
Scan detected.
Often I would be live bait for pirates, just to get a closer look at their vessel, scanning their cargo and looking for any clues that could lead me to him. But it often led to a dead end. But I kept going, taking out targets and moving with the herd.
Target destroyed.
Bounty after bounty. I didn't stop. My search eventually led me to the Sol system. I found out that I lived on Earth, the birthplace of mankind. My parents had been running a trade route between Sol and Alpha Centauri when their vessel was intercepted and boarded by Colonel Yano and his militia. My parents resisted, trying to protect me, and paid with their lives. I was a scared little kid, and they captured me, sold me into slavery. I did nothing. Although I knew I was from Earth, I didn't allow myself to actually go there. I didn't deserve it. Colonel Yano was free and roaming about the galaxy. How could I rest? I was obsessed with the search, and would not stop until he was found. For now, Earth was a reward and a privilege. I turned myself back to the search. My journey took me to different places, and I learned a lot. It got me where I am today, a badass and a Viper, the galaxy in my hand, and a pocket full of credits. But it wasn't always this way. After I earned my freedom, I got a loan for a Sidewinder, and in the beginning, I was shuttling fish from one space station to another. It was tedious, utter boredom. I finally got enough money to buy an Eagle, and my bounty hunting career took off.
Ship released. Engines engaged.
I imagined what life would be like if you could just stop and smell the roses. Sometimes I would look at other people, going about their normal lives, regular jobs, normal families. But I didn't understand it, and I don't think I ever will. There were times when certain intel I gathered led me to search for individuals who may have known the whereabouts of Yano. But each time it was the same thing. They chose death rather than give up information. That's how dangerous this guy was. One day I was doing a rare goods trade run at Heisenberg Terminal when I ran into someone at the bar who had information on a deadly militia. The militia had infiltrated the Lumen 16 partnership. This individual hadn't heard of anyone named Colonel Yano, but it was the best lead I had. I went to the local conflict zone in Lumen 16, allied myself with the opposing faction, and started eliminating members of the Lumen 16 partnership, all the while searching for any information I could find. It was hard work. I was taking down well-equipped targets for 3,000 credits when I was used to a lot more as a bounty hunter. But again, it was worth it, and I loved the challenge.
Target destroyed.
I lost myself in those battles. Chaos around me, but I somehow found a peace I couldn't find anywhere else. Perhaps those were times when I didn't have to think about anything else. It was just me and the enemy.
Target destroyed.
During one of my pit stops, I was scouring the bulletin boards, looking for jobs that were paying well. It was odd. That day I'd almost forgotten about Yano. Imagine my surprise. I found a kill contract on one General Yano of the Lumen 16 partnership. Could it be? Was it really him? If it was, then he had been promoted to general within his militia. I contacted one of my inside sources within the partnership, Prosope, who confirmed that it was indeed him. I was excited, but I didn't want to get my hopes up. I quickly accepted the contract and left the terminal. Prosope, my contact, asked me to meet him at a nearby unidentified signal source so that he could transmit more information to me. This was a more secure method of communication, and I was thankful for it. I didn't want anything to compromise this.
Ship released. Engines engaged.
My contact was a smart guy. He nonchalantly gave me a clue as to the general's whereabouts. I politely gave him a wave from my cockpit as I passed him by, and quickly got on my way. I wired about 80,000 credits to Prosope's account that day. He deserved it. My journey from Seoul to Lumen 16 wasn't going to take very long at all. It almost seemed too easy. Before I knew it, I was staring at the system's sun, which was an appropriate color, given my business in the system. My search led me to several locations throughout the system. Some signal sources had wanted criminals,
Scan detected.
while others had trading vessels. I scanned all of them, only to turn up empty-handed. But eventually, I found him. General Yano, sitting in a fully armored dropship, no doubt searching for his next victim. I tried hailing his ship. No response. So be it. I sat there in my Viper, the feeling surreal, that the person I had been searching for was right in front of me. Time to die, Yano. Save these cannon rounds just for you, General. In my haste, I cycled through his subsystems too quickly. But eventually, I find the power plant.
Flight assist off. Flight assist. Target shields offline.
General Yano sends me some communications via text, but it's worthless. Instead of responding, I transmit a file I'd been saving for the last 7 years to him. It's a picture of my parents and I with a note attached. Remember me, Colonel Yano? You slaughtered my family. Now it's your turn to die.
Flight assist off. Flight assist on.
In the midst of combat, my thrusters malfunction momentarily, sending me hurtling into the dropship. I lose my shields and I start taking damage to my hull. Things aren't going exactly as I planned. I decide to back off slightly, rerouting power to my shields.
Target shields online.
As I wait for it to recharge, I ask myself, is this where it all ends? Yano killing me in the middle of nowhere?
Shields online. Flight assist off.
No, of course not. I turn myself around as the shields come back online and I get back into the fight. By this time, Vatsily Yano knows who I am, not the lad.
Target shields offline.
The fight rages on, and I finally destroy him.
Target destroyed.
General Vatsily Yano, dead by my hand. I fly through the wreckage, hoping that I'm flying through the ashes of his dead body. Then I swing my ship around and find myself staring at the sun. For a brief moment, I thought about entering supercruising this way and hurling myself into the star. After all, my journey was over, right? This was the purpose of my life. Eventually, I come to my senses and decide to head back home. Of course, I'm wanted, as the good general didn't have a bounty on his head. I plot the route back to Seoul. As I traveled back, I thought of what just happened. I could hardly believe it. I finally killed him. Vatsily Yano paid for his crimes, and I got my revenge. As I passed by Earth again, I wondered what it would be like to step foot on the planet. I decided to do it once I paid off the bounty on my head and collected my dues.
Request granted.
I had to approach and enter the station very carefully. I didn't want system security to scan my vessel and have the station take me out. Imagine that, getting taken out for a measly 6,000 credit bounty after all that I went through.
Silent running.
I engage silent running,
Shields offline.
and I enter the station. I made it.
Thermal signature restored.
Time to land and do what I need to do.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
I turn in the contract for General Yano and collect my dues. I thought about what I wanted to do for a long time. Eventually, I decided that I wanted a normal life. I bought a Type 6 transport vessel with the credits I had and decided to take it for a spin. So this is what a normal run-of-the-mill trading vessel looks like. I like what I saw. After all, my parents weren't trading. I felt it. Here I am, Earth. Time to go home. I hope you enjoyed my story. The future is limitless now. Where will I go? What will I do? I guess we'll find out. Earth Defense Grid, this is Turbo-19, requesting permission to enter planetary atmosphere.
Turbo-19, maintain current heading and approach. You are cleared to land. Welcome home, Commander.
They want more chance. Worry and honey. They want more chance. Worry and honey. Give it one more chance.